Guys, thank you for joining me this session. I've been on a break for about a month, just having rest and relaxation, dealing with a lot of personal stuff. And so RV took a break, and I am eager to get back into it. I'm actually quite interested to see what this session has in store. I haven't done any remote viewing sessions in a month. Just to deal with other stuff. So on this point, let's kick it off. All right, let's do this. Hi guys, it's Jamie here. This is going to be just trialing out a new way of presenting the videos. Basically, I'm just going to play the session and I'm going to chime in with some reviews and just explaining some of the impressions that I was getting in the session, and and see how that works. It's just a better way of conveying a message. So, and this first stage of tracing the ideogram, it takes a little while, only because I haven't done a session in ages and I'm just feeling all this new stuff coming through. So hopefully this first part will go through quite quickly. It won't. It takes a little while. Oh, I feel some structure. I feel some tightening in my hands, in both hands. I feel some solid structures. I can already feel the structures through my body and the tracing, and that's how I do the ideogram to decide which pro points to choose. Is when I get a difference of feelings, I choose the feelings that are most different as the pro points. Just feels real thick. Like hard to breathe. Like trouble breathing. Tightness around my head, throat. It's releasing. Okay, let's go. It's really good to pick distinctive points when you feel some forms. Feel them in my hands again. My hands are sort of solidifying up and getting structural again. Now this feels like going higher. I can feel some tightness around my head and neck area. That tightness is increasing just around the upper body, and seems to be quite a high pressure at this point. So let's go 1. Tightness felt almost at its apex and releasing here. So let's see how this goes. Structural hands, tightness in arms, around structures, feeling head and neck, restriction, tightness, pressure, reaching max at top. breathing restricted or hindered. Feel upper body, neck, head, rigidity, and then moving. So it just feels fixed. Coming down here. Structure. Two. High pressure.
What I think is high pressure in this one is
from somewhere.
Because the trains, the target is Indian Rail. I'm starting to think the pressure is representative of the engines, the trains themselves. There's some clues to that coming up in the session, but that's what I sort of thought after I saw the feedback, and that's how I outlaid the mapping between the feedback and the impressions I was receiving.
Okay, see, sense, touch. Structured, point, body, feels, structure, up chest, into neck.
So the way I felt this was I felt layers of structures going from
some
my
head
waist
structure
up my
felt.
body. It felt layered, and it felt like a point, or there's two strong sides to it. And there was also some structure in my head. I don't know what that was, but whatever you get, you write it down. That's the rule. So it even looks like a train track, almost.
Feel structural. And from different material. Light.
So my arms in this impression, they felt like they were lighter, and they weren't heavy, they were light, different. I'm not too sure what that meant. Maybe the wheels, I'm not too sure, but wheels are heavy. This was light. So I've just written hot air being felt on arms. So it could be something that's being blown on. I'm not too sure. It could be people on the side of the engine. I don't know. It's just the instinct. Now, I've just written that building up pressure. So I can feel building up pressure inside the structure that I'm feeling in that impression. Interesting. So what I'm writing here is something feels like it's dropping down.
Something feels like it's dropping down, like it reaches this top, and then it goes. Feel like a falling.
So the impression went from my neck all the way down past my front. So it sort of went, the flow went in that direction. Don't know. But it was unmistakable. Feels like down, falling, filling empty.
Filling empty?
Passing stomach.
I don't know. We'll just let those words come. Be interesting to see if I'm not as sensitive as I was before because of the lack of practice. Passing stomach. Okay, touchscreen.
For all I know, it could be, if just taking a wild stab guess, it could be the smoke coming out of the engine and flowing down the engine's back.
Light.
Who knows?
Floating. Cold knuckles on hand.
So what I've written is feelings light on air, floating, cold knuckles on hand. It could be a person riding on the train.
Light on air. Gliding. Like gliding. Cold on cold surface, on skin, on top. So basically on the top of the arms I can feel like it feels like a wind, not going down but going across, like I can feel it along the top of my arms, my chest.
So the wind that I'm feeling is hitting me face front onwards.
Arms, chest, head, like airflow, only felt on top.
Basically, that's just, if I was a person sitting on their train and I was going into the wind, I'm feeling that wind hit me when the train's moving. That's basically what I'm feeling while I'm mapping that. Sorry about the blurriness, guys. I have some focusing issues with the video.
Shelter, cover, protect. Space to move. Large area. Just seems like around me I seem to be
It felt like a cave,
Yeah,
a shelter of sorts, just that I was
spacious.
surrounded. Kind of felt like a tunnel or a cover, protection. Those sorts of words popped up.
Around me. Okay.
It could even be a room.
Feel structural. Feel flat. Feel light. Feel anxious. Cold flow around body and skin on front. So it's very much feeling like this one up here where the flows are going past. I can feel it on my skin, around my skin, but only from the front part. So, just more cold. Cold.
Flat shaped, lightweight, you know, the thin metal that covers the train,
Lightweight.
the wind going past you.
Anxious feeling.
It makes sense.
Okay. Just go
To map to that impression, to that feedback. Temp 1. So I'm feeling that body again from the front. So cold flows again.
So the flow is coming down. I can feel the cold. by my legs. It's a bit weird. So the cold is felt by the front, which my body is facing.
So that's really
cold,
more of the same.
cold,
Someone's
cold,
training
cold.
Feeling the wind and anxiousness and that sort of stuff. So it makes sense.
And cold across there. So it's not cold across my back. It's definitely cold across my stomach. Cold across arms. I can feel it in the front of my face. Across the top. So cold flows felt in the front of body. It's a sign of a direction, movement, and flow. Alright, and 2. One, two, three. Feel covered, structural, force is felt upon them. It feels like a flat, structural. But there feels to be some sort of pressure on them, on top. It's like increased weight, like. Increased gravity when moving up ideogram. So it could be something's just being deposited on top. The higher it gets, the heavier it gets. Could be just, who knows? I can't speculate. Can't wait to find out what it could be. Let's keep going.
And it felt rigid all around here, so I think I was the front of the train, and I felt the carriage just go all the way back.
This is my head, and for some reason there's some big ass structure and machinery coming off it towards the back. Head feels structural and heavy,
like a train.
Coming off the
I do feel like there was structure coming off the back of my head in this session.
It's like there's a big, I don't know if it goes way back,
unusual.
but I can feel this mass structure. It feels heavy. It feels like a freaking helmet. Actually, it does feel like a freaking helmet. That's what it turned out like. So it does feel pressure around the back of the head, around the head, but more pressure on the back of the head. So either I'm leaning back on something, you know, this target's got a helmet on, or I'm at the front of some pretty big structural object. But it did feel like a helmet, and it did feel structural on my head. So very interesting. Let's keep going. Temp, color. So I've tried these things out in a month or so. Blue, greens, silvers, blues, got blue, silvers, browns. Those are the colours that bled out, so let's see what we can pick up elsewhere. Light, dark, blues, silvers, some greens.
All the colours are pretty much represented in the picture, so we can't really pick out anything, but if the main colours are picked, it works for me.
Brights and dark forms. Okay, let's see how we go. Smell one. So guys, yeah. Let's see what we can pick up in smells. Just tidy that up. Open air, outside, easy breathing, no hindrance. Smell 2. Not much there. Smells. Sweet smells. Okay. Trees. Bush. Plants. Nature. Nature smells. Okay, next. Four. Here. structured, vertical, shapes, alongside head, feels flat, so on each side it just feels like there's a long structure. It can either be tall, shapely.
So I'm thinking that it's either probably the walls of the train or it could be the tracks.
Structure.
I know it's just two straight structures, two flat structures. They had a tall in there, but I could be flat. The orientation is never quite right. So
I can feel something alongside my mouth. So mouth is here. I can feel something coming down here on my face. Like it's quite obvious that something's sticking to my face or touching my face. Feels like structure going down side of face and ending at mouth. It's it. High anxiety felt in motion. Here, that's right.
if I was sitting on the engine, I'd have a high angst as well.
Something feels like mouth cover. Pressure around head. Felt like high angst. Okay, join. Long structural piece, top to bottom, through felt, through body. So whatever this target is, it's on the left side. Feels quite high. Like a long, tall, long structural piece. So I'll be looking for that in the feedback to see what that could be. That's me sitting on the chair, both legs, and it's cold all along the top. Top of legs. Boat. Water, or just water.
As soon as you get those AOLs,
so this could be the water, blah blah.
As soon as you can.
That's what it sort of reminded me of, all those watery things where half the object is underwater. You can feel the difference, but I'm not too sure on this one. But anyway, it's just cold along the top. It was cold along the front, so maybe we're looking at a boat moving through water rather than a plane moving through air. Who knows? Let's go join 3. Best session is a quick session, especially for one that hasn't been done in a while. So let's do it. Let's just go quickly through this. Just more of the same of that one. Join snapshot.
No, I like using snapshots because it uses the visual aspect of remote viewing or visual techniques. The image I got here was something moving around a corner.
Big aquarium-like. Like structure. Curved around corner. Curved walls.
Yeah, I had this strong thing about going around a corner, going around a big sort of circular angle in some confined space, and going around a corner was really the only way to sort of convey that message. And it wasn't some sort of do 90 degrees type turn on. It was sort of a slow, gradual arc.
Snapshot 2.
So this snapshot here, I got the impression of a curved sides and not the impression, the visuals of a long hallway. I got crisscrosses going through as blinds.
Sides.
It actually felt like I was looking down a long corridor, basically, and that's what I saw in the vision as well.
snapshot.
Snapshot number 3 was basically the same as number 2, another long corridor. So I just built on top of 2 rather than having to draw out 3 again.
Just more of the same, really. It's just long corridors. Okay. Let's do matrix.
Now the matrix, guys, I've sort of explained it in the past. Here is where you can sort of insert your testing, your tests, your different types of impressions or things that you want to try and experiment with.
Magnitude, topo.
You can put it in your matrix.
Energetics. Subjectives. Physical. Para. Concepts. Symbolics. PR. And Phys. Alright, so we got matrix, sensorals, magnitude, topological, which is shapes, magnitude, so anything delving in those size, dimensions, like tall, wide, blah, 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 blah. Shapes, energy, so any feeling of energy, warmth, coldness, that sort of thing, movement. Subjectives is emotional. Physical is modeling, so any physical structures. Paraphysical is anything not physical at sight, so it could be a mist, could be ghosts, could be anything. It just allows you to look for that concept. Next we got concepts, so any words that might pop into your mind, write them down here. Symbolics, so you go searching for a symbol for this target. PR is personal responses, so if you get goosebumps like I usually do, or you sweat, or your heart palpitations and all that sort of stuff, you mark it down here. And the last visuals of the day. So let's kick into the matrix and we'll get this over and done with. Sensorals. So the upper body feels a lot of pressure. Feels like angst, anxiety, claustrophobic. Squeeze.
So if it's claustrophobic, I can understand if that train is packed.
That's what I feel. So anything that sort of squeezes around the body, could be a uniform, it could be a type of uniform, could be something that pilots wear that help them come out of G-force sort of situations. But anyway, we'll not speculate. Let's carry on. Magnitude. I wasn't feeling any forms there. It just felt like this with the pressure, and
that could be the steam engines, the trains, and the exhaust coming out, or the pressure, steam pressure coming out top of the engine. The squeeze could be the engine itself. Look, Indian Rail's been going for 150 years. These diesel trains or other types of trains have been in for maybe a few decades, but the steam trains have been around forever. So maybe that's what it's picking up on, some old type train. You can feel the pressure of the steam, the engine. You got a release when you...
Actually, there is no release of pressure, it's just a constant. No.
Pressure.
Just constant.
Well, the whistles were there to regulate pressure as well.
Let's see if I can do a ping. 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 Yeah, I can't feel anything. If anything, the ping just goes... straight to my outside form. Tight. Compact. It's like the front or the top of this target is just totally compacted.
So either it's really compact inside that train, which
you feel the pressure of compaction. Whew, okay, let's go Topological, which is shapes. Looks like tunnel.
To be honest, this looked like a London Underground tunnel. That's the vision, the shape that I got. It's like a path through a tunnel. It could be any bridge, any tunnel with the train. London subway is the AOL that I put here.
Energy. Energetics. Feel cold spot on back. Spot felt.
I'm not too sure what this could be. It could be the exhaust for the train. I'm really not sure. It was just a cold spot on my back. I'm not really sure what this could be.
Light
or what I can handle to.
airy on back. TOO. Trains. Set of flash. Tired. Stress. Rest. Relax.
The high anxiety I could feel in the emotion, in my emotion, and the rest and relax. It wasn't that I was rest and relaxed, it was that I was yearning for it. It sort of felt like I wanted it. I was due it. After this journey, I will get it.
Physical.
It felt like journey. Now the physical is my 3D modeling technique.
Very, very unusual. Structures seems to be long.
So the structure I felt was long, but I had sort of these feelings down each side and inside the structure. It just felt weird and long, so I couldn't feel too much detail with it.
Long.
Just that I knew that
Detail.
it was long and it had stuff in it, or it was full of stuff, or full of something.
Cold. Path.
I'm hoping with the advancement of this technique that I can get more detail in the future.
Long detail. Detail of structures inside.
It was quite busy, but you could tell bits of structures inside it.
So that'll be interesting.
It doesn't look like
Paraphysical. Like warm smoke / air felt and smelt. That's all I got for para.
You can feel warm currents.
Let's carry on.
When you
Concepts.
feel the impressions. Like I could feel the warm smoke and the warm air. It's quite obvious.
Arrow. Flows. Movement. Open here.
If you can't see that, here, well, the skydiving.
Okay. Great.
Through the rush of air, through the arms and legs and body. Sort of makes sense.
Symbolics.
So when I got this impression, the Symbolics, in the impression I was looking up towards the sky and I could see signs, like a train platform where you can see signs and that sort of stuff as you look up. And that's what I got, and that's what I drew.
Personal responses, goosebumps, gold flows. Okay, last two snapshots.
The first snapshot, when I closed my eyes for the snapshot, I saw two trains, one coming and one going, just sort of like that, and that was my vision. So that's what I caught and drew, is both trains passing each other with their windows facing each other, and that was the vision I drew.
That looks like two trains next to each other passing. That's what it looked like. Second picture.
So this was of it bending around a corner, so it looked like a carriage that was turning a corner. So it looks like a train carriage turning a corner at the end of the day, once I finish this. But this was what I was seeing in my vision. My second vision was a train that was bending a corner, sort of like the London Underground trains where they turn in a wide arc. And I had to sort of try and draw that wide arc in that picture.
Oh, now those are pretty specific pictures, but looks like we're at the end of our session. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Been away for about a month, having a break, coming back to it. Haven't really practiced over that break, so all this is very much sort of getting back into the motions again. But otherwise, hopefully it'll improve. It usually improves after a bit of a break, because it gets a bit much after just doing it again and again and again. Sometimes you just need a break to refresh everything. And looks like I might have it wrong, and I don't care. So on that note, let's go to session and let's see what we got and see if we can't get better. Alright guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.